Hey, it's Kevin. Thank you so much for stopping by for another one of our No BS social media chats. Today, we're talking about social media and golf. And let me just state for the record, I don't care if you like golf, if you don't like golf, whatever it is. It has nothing to do with golf, but it does. I have a love-hate relationship with golf. My first job in high school was at a golf course. It lasted about 6 months. I helped out at the pro shop and moved on to other things when I had to play basketball. I was actually an okay golfer, a decent golfer, back when I was 16, 17, 18 years old. But as I got older, I got worse, and I finally literally threw away the clubs back in 1990 when I played for the last time. I had a horrible round that time. I'd broken a collarbone a few years earlier, and my game wasn't ever the same. But I never really enjoyed golf as itself. I loved the camaraderie. I loved hanging out and drinking beer on the golf course with guys and just spending 3 or 4 hours, doing nothing, pursuing fun times with people I enjoyed. And it kind of hit me the other day that social media is one of those things, much like golf. Number one, you can never master it. Every time you think you're good, something comes along to change things. So I think that's why it interests me. It's almost like I see people pursue golf all the time, and some get better and some don't, or they just go out for the sunshine or whatever it is. They enjoy it for what the sport is. And then there are other people who just shake their head and don't get it at all. It reminds me of social media. There are some people who truly get it, who truly enjoy the sport of it, if you will, or the game, as I call it. And there are some people who just shake their heads and don't get it at all and don't see the point of it and just think it's a total waste of time. I can see it both ways. But I think, too, where they really are similar is that even if you're Tiger Woods, you can't master golf. You can only get to be so good. And much like social media, you can only get to be so good. Everything changes around you. There's constant change, and much like with golf, whether it's the weather, whether it's how short the grass is cut, where the hole is placed on the green, it's the same thing. There's always a constant challenge, and I think it's something to really look at when it comes to social media. It's a commitment thing. It's, if you're going to do it, you got to do it. Or if you're just going to be, like they call golfers who just go out and kick around and don't really care, like a duffer, you can be a social media duffer for that matter and just putter around and not really care. But I think in terms of business, you have to care. If you're trying to engage, interact, connect, build a core fan base, if you will, with people. And I hate to use the word fan, but I mean, because it works in the music business, it may not necessarily work in the business sector, but I don't care, again, what you call this connection, what you call this person. And I do mean person, because at the end of the day, it's one-on-one. In the future, much like golf, there are companies in golf, but it's all about the individual golfer. Well, there are companies around the world that we work for, things that we do. I mean, I brand myself as a company with my Intensity Media page. But at the end of the day, Intensity Media is me and my wife and some interns or whoever else may be working for me at the time. At the end of the day, it's still me. It's still about me. That's also why I changed the name of my other business, my music marketing business, to Kevin Mason Music Marketing. It had been Integrity Nashville. It had been Top Secret Projects. It had been all sorts of different things. But at the end of the day, whose services are you buying? Who are you working with? And since I had a name, enough people finally convinced me to just, buck up and do it and change the name of it, even though I didn't want to have it named after me. I've still got a little bit of humility. But I think with golf, you have to constantly challenge yourself, and you have to constantly reevaluate. And if there are new clubs you need to go out and buy, well, you try to work them into your budget. Same thing with social media tools and things like that. So I know it's crazy, and I know it just sounds silly, but there's a lot of similarities behind the pursuit of golf as a sport, as a hobby, as a vocation, and the pursuit of social media. I don't want that to scare you away, because you can still have a good time even if you don't do well. I mean, even when I wasn't playing golf well, when I was shooting in the hundreds for 18 holes, I was still having fun with the people I was with. But it was when they started getting serious about things and they cared more about the golf than they did about the camaraderie, is when I lost interest. We'll parlay that into social media as well. Just something to think about. If you're a golf fan, I think you'll understand. And if you're not a golf fan, well, you can just ignore it and go to next week's video. See you next week. Another No BS social media video right here. NoBSSocial.com, the special website we have set up so you can see all now 99 episodes. You can also find us on YouTube at No BS Social is the YouTube channel. You can find it on Facebook, on our Intensity Media Facebook page. Or is it on my, it's Kevin, it's on Facebook too. I guess if you just typed in No BS Social Media, you could find that as well, because we don't have a special page for that. But you can find us online. You can also find us on the new KevinMasonMusic.com page as well. We're all over the internet. My email, my phone number, it's coming up. The easiest way to get better is connect. It's free. Let's talk soon. Thanks.